Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Is it good or bad for the game? You know what I'm saying? To have all this software where anybody could get on the beats and be a producer, right? Because you mentioned 14,000. You throwing numbers like $14,000. I know that MPC ain't cheap.
Your question is it good?
Is it good or bad for the game, man?
It depends on what you're looking at. Like,
I don't know. It just levels the playing field, and you just see like who does what and when, and like you can tell who's an amateur and who's not, or who just started and who didn't, and who's been doing what for how long. Usually, who had musical background before they got on the program.
I think it's wonderful, actually. On one hand, I think it's wonderful. Everyone's going to be able to do a certain level of production, right? If you don't try, with your eyes closed, or a hand tied behind your back, right? You have everybody who has, say you use Reason or Logic. You have all the onboard sounds. What can you do with those, right? Everyone's working with the same thing for, a couple $100 if they didn't get a pirated version, right? And your computer at home. So that kind of levels the playing field. So, and I've noticed it even just from using hardware, like, dang, there's some people doing some crazy stuff with software that I can't dream of doing with my hardware efficiently. But I think it's good, but technology is never gonna trump musicianship. That's the bottom line. It can be a hindrance if you are looking to do it seriously, but you put yourself out there too prematurely.
Yeah.
Like me personally, when I started making beats, nobody heard any of my beats for about, what was it? I started in 99? No one heard anything really till about 2002, 2003.
The oversaturation helps those who got their own thing stand out even more, just because everybody's got doing this one sound, and if you really like doing your thing, you'll stand out way more and get noticed even faster. And that's the other good thing about these programs, is like you may be like the most brilliant musician in your own mind, but if you can't really like do what you want to, then nobody will ever hear it. If this was the 80s, you most likely will never get heard just because you don't have the money. But now it's like it's easier to get these programs, and so now the brilliant minds can actually put their work out.
I think it's what you just said, is democratizing like the whole process. Like before, labels really could just control everything because they're the only ones who could afford the real studios. They could make the music sound as good as the stuff that cost $20,000 or whatever could make it sound. Like I can't see there's any argument against lots of people being able to make music. It's the same. A lot of people stopped playing real instruments because it's expensive. People don't have pianos in their house and a teacher to teach them,
pay for less
50 at a time, and then somewhere to go play in a group, and that's a lot of money. So,
or if you was really dedicated, you'll teach yourself. Anyway, that's another topic.
Yes, it is. So, with that said, I mean, for me, whether it's good or bad for the game, like Tracademic said, it's about your technique. Like exercises that I'm sure all of us have done at one point or another is listening to the radio or listening to songs that you like and trying to create that sound on whatever you're making your musical. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there will whatever program you're using get you where you need to be. It's sounding professional, slapping beats.
Yeah, because I don't know, for those who play instruments or had private lessons or whatnot, your teacher will always give you this book called The Real Book, and you will play and try and learn songs out of there that your teacher would tell you, and those are already arranged songs by Duke Ellington and others in that same era. And, that's how you would start off, is by learning other people's songs, and then that's when you transition from there to start doing whatever you're gonna do. But that's how you start off. So.
All right.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.